I laughed really hard many times. We've got something borrowed and something blue for you here with your Cordially Invited comedy that is streaming on Prime Video. It came out on Thursday. And this is the kind of movie that ordinarily would be in theaters, but not anymore, not in the world in which we live. We have major A-list stars in Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell. Alonso, please tell us about it.
Oh, no. We've double booked your weddings. What?
Yeah, so this is written and directed by Nicholas Stoller, who, you know, he did Bros and The Muppets and the 5-year Engagement. And it's a comedy about two families who descend upon one tiny island. Well, actually, I guess technically 4 families. Anyway, it's about 2 weddings that wind up at the same venue on the same day by accident. One of those weddings is Geraldine Viswanathan, who is the daughter of Will Ferrell, who has raised her as a single dad and is very kind of helicopter-y and micromanagey and a little clingy with her as well. And then also there's Reese Witherspoon, who is sort of estranged from her mom and siblings, but she wants to arrange a really great wedding for her baby sister, with whom she is still close. Wouldn't you know it, it's the same weekend. And at first, everybody tries to be nice and accommodating and helping out. And, well, you guys take the outside and we'll take the barn. And then, of course, it rains and everybody's on top of each other. And before you know it, they're doing terrible things to each other and sabotaging the other wedding parties. I really found myself laughing a lot at this. Reese Witherspoon, I think there are people who find her kind of prickly, and this is a character where she is prickly. And so, you know, you don't have to like adore Reese Witherspoon in this movie because she is playing, you know, an LA reality TV producer, if that tells you enough right there. Will Ferrell is doing his Will Ferrell stuff, but there's a lot of just kind of fun supporting characters. Leanne Morgan, who plays Witherspoon's older sister, stand-up comedian I was not familiar with before. She cracked me up throughout. Rory Scovel is her brother, also very funny. The great Celia Weston as her mom.
So good.
A steel magnolia with whom to be contended. But yeah, I had a very good time, start to finish. It's fluffy. It's a rom-com about weddings. It goes in some rom-com directions you kind of wish they didn't feel like they had to do, but they do. But overall, I had a good time.
I did too, and I'm so boggled as to why this is getting bad reviews, because I laughed really hard many times. Just by myself in the bedroom watching it on Prime. I'm like, wait, this is hilarious. I wish I could say this with actual people, because I feel like it's the kind of movie where the laughs would build and they would build, and like to such an extent that maybe you'd miss the next thing. Yeah. So I think this would have benefited a lot for seeing it with a crowd.
Good setups and payoffs. One joke involving the makeup artist at Reese Witherspoon's sister's wedding does Marvel movies, which leads to a kid being done up as an alien, which leads to another funny joke later.
Yeah, no, there's some really good stuff in it. So I really enjoy Reese Witherspoon in this too, because it's sort of her type A bossy persona that you see in a lot of places, but she's mean, which is so funny. And like, I don't think she gets to be mean like that, because as you say, so frequently we are supposed to like her in a lot of the roles that she plays, like whether it's in Legally Blonde or even on the morning show where she's kind of tough.
Right. Like
there's a heroic quality to her that you want to root for in this cesspool of TV news. So there's that. And I like that. Yeah, she gets to be kind of like unfiltered in a lot of ways, and but still can like turn on the Southern charm when she needs to. So that's helpful. And Will Ferrell's doing a very Will Ferrell role where he's like kind of a doofy man-child and like over-eager and kind of weird at times, but like his big puppy dog nature with her tiny, petite, fierce nature is a nice bit of friction there. Yeah. And it's a great supporting cast. And like Nicholas Stoller has done like Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greek. And I feel like this taps into that energy in terms of you think you know what this formula is, but then it like deviates into really weird detours, which are very funny and kind of wrong. So I like there's like a musical interlude that is totally inappropriate and cringe inducing. That's very, very funny. Yeah, we've seen so many wedding rom-coms where like, oh, it's all gonna go wrong and they're gonna have bridezilla moments, but this kind of upends your expectations about a lot of it. There are little details too if you're paying attention. Like, I don't know if you noticed, I don't want to give it away, the posters at the production studio where Reese Witherspoon works.
I didn't notice, but the clips of her shows.
So funny.
Yeah. And again, that's one of those winds up being a funny setup for a payoff. Also, did you notice our new favorite comic character actress, Keyla Monterrosa Mejia from One of Them Days, plays the Geraldine's wedding planner. Yeah.
Yes. She's, when I saw her, I'm like, I know this person, and she does so much with her eyes. I'm like, who is that? And she's the lady at the check cashing business in One of Them Days. And again, like does so much with timing and with her eyes and just like with her reactions to things. So that was fun. Jack McBrayer is in it. Fortune Feimster's in it. Like it's a really solid supporting cast here. I laughed a lot. And then it goes to a place that is super gooey and needless. And I wish we hadn't gone there. And it's overlong. There is a musical bit during the credits, and there's a little bitty shawarma during the credits if you want to stay for that. But all of that felt really unnecessary to me, and I wish we hadn't spelled that out so explicitly.
Yeah, I think they could have retooled the last 15 minutes or so a little bit. But, you know, by that point, I had built up enough goodwill with this movie that I was like, not mad at it. You know, yes, you're right. That could have been improved. But along the way, just really solid stuff and just funny, you know, verbal stuff, funny physical stuff. You know, I weirdly kind of related to the Reese Witherspoon character. I get along great with my siblings, but I'm the one who lives in Los Angeles. I'm the one who doesn't have children. And I do, you know, always feel like there's a little bit of like, I'm speaking a foreign language around them sometimes, you know?
Right. And they're also in Atlanta.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I see you, Reese.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. And there are a lot of reasons that don't have anything at all to do with the quality of this film that people are trashing it. I don't even want to go into the Google user reviews, but there's definitely like it feels like almost like a campaign of people saying the same thing about this movie.
What?
I don't even want to dignify.
No, I can't imagine such a thing would ever happen on the internet.
I don't even want to dignify it. Our viewers are much more savvy and think for themselves. They are more discerning. So I will say like a 7.5. I laughed a lot until I didn't, but it was still a good time.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm at a 7.5 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun and it's on Prime. So if you're already getting Prime, just it's there. Why not?